Most people who use AI every day are still using it like a slightly smarter search engine. Type a question, read the answer, move on. That is not a criticism, that is where everyone starts. But the gap between that person and someone who has genuinely mastered AI is not about intelligence or technical skill. It is about how they think. At every level, something shifts in how they see the tool and what becomes possible as a result. There are 5 of those shifts. Most people are stuck at level 1 without knowing it. Here is what each one looks like. Level 1. The questioner. The first shift is realizing that how you ask changes what you get. Most people treat AI like a vending machine. Put in a request, take out a result. When the result is mediocre, they assume the tool is the problem. Level 1 is the moment you realize you are the variable. A structured prompt has 3 parts: what you want the AI to do, the context it needs to do it well, and the constraints that shape the output: tone, length, format, audience. The difference between a vague prompt and a structured one is not subtle. It is the difference between a generic paragraph and something you would actually use. One technique worth using at this level: before the AI answers, ask it to ask you clarifying questions first. It surfaces what you forgot to include. And after a long session that took 10 exchanges to get right, ask the AI to write the single prompt that would have done it in one. Save that prompt. Use it again. Most people never get past this level because they assume the AI is the ceiling. It is not. They are. Level 2. The context builder. The second shift is stopping the cycle of re-explaining yourself every single time. At level 1, every conversation starts from zero. You re-explain your tone, your audience, your goals, your preferences, session after session. It is exhausting and it caps what the AI can do for you. Level 2 is building a workspace that holds all of that context permanently. Claude projects and ChatGPT projects both allow this. You store your brand voice, your standard operating procedures, your goals, your preferred formats. The AI reads that context before you type a single word. The result is not just faster outputs. It is outputs that actually sound like you, consistently, without manual correction every time. The mindset shift here is small but significant. You stop treating each session as a conversation and start treating it as a working relationship, one that gets better the more context it carries. Level 3. The ecosystem thinker. The third shift is accepting that no single AI tool does everything well. Level 2 users often try to force one model to handle research, writing, analysis, meeting notes, and creative work simultaneously. The outputs are fine, they are not excellent. Level 3 is building a small ecosystem of specialized tools. A research-focused AI for synthesizing sources and spotting patterns. An AI meeting tool that captures decisions and action items without you thinking about it. A creative tool for visual or generative work that a language model was never designed for. The key principle at this level is that specialization beats generalization for anything that matters. You are not collecting tools. You are routing the right work to the right tool, which means every output improves without any extra effort on your part. This is also the level where people first encounter agentic AI, tools that handle multi-step processes on their own without waiting for your next instruction. It feels like a threshold because it is. Level 4. The Automator. The fourth shift is the most significant one in terms of time returned. Levels 1 through 3 make you faster. Level 4 makes things happen without you. The question at this level is not, how do I do this faster? It is, do I need to do this at all? If a task is triggered by a predictable event and follows a repeatable process, it can be built once and run indefinitely. Connecting tools like Zapier allows you to build full end-to-end processes that fire automatically. A new client inquiry arrives, the intake form is populated, a summary is generated, a follow-up is drafted and queued. You did none of it. It happened because you built the system once. The mindset shift here is from operator to architect. You are no longer inside the workflow. You are above it, designing the system that runs instead of you. Most people delay reaching this level because building feels harder than doing. It is the first time. After that, the system does the doing indefinitely. Level 5. The architect. The fifth shift changes how you see every problem you encounter. At level 4, you are automating known processes. At level 5, you are building things that did not exist before. Tools, dashboards, agents shaped precisely around the way you work. AI coding tools now allow you to build professional-grade software through natural language. You describe the feature, you test the output, you describe the next feature. No prior coding knowledge required. The gap between having an idea for a tool and having the tool itself has collapsed to hours. Beyond software, level 5 is where personal agents become practical. An AI with persistent memory, access to your calendar and communications, and months of accumulated context about how you work and what you prioritize. Not a chatbot, a system that operates on your behalf. The defining characteristic of a level 5 thinker is that they have stopped seeing problems as tasks to complete. They see them as systems waiting to be designed. The conversation about where this ends is still open. Some researchers believe the logical conclusion of this progression is a single person supported by enough autonomous AI systems to run what used to require a full organization. Whether that becomes common or remains rare, the direction is clear. The people who move through these 5 levels are not just more productive, they are operating with a fundamentally different relationship to work. The question worth sitting with is not which tools to use, it is which shift you have not made yet, because that is the actual gap between where you are and where you could be. If this is useful, subscribe to AI QuickCast. We cover AI tools, systems, and the future of work every week. Practical, no hype, just what actually moves the needle.